Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I talk a lot about ADHD as an issue of self-regulation, but I spend a lot of time talking about working memory. As I have matured as a coach, I'm realizing working memory is often the elephant in the room, the thing that nobody ever talks about. If you go read the definition of working memory, it sounds really pretty simple, but few people really get into that experience. I've done a lot of other videos where I have attention exercises to help people kind of understand what we're talking about. But this video, I really want to translate things a little bit in practicality. People often come to me because they're looking for a tip, trick, or strategy. But my deal is if you're not using the right tool, or if you don't really understand what's going on, you're not going to find a solution to that problem. What I'm about to show with you right now is a little demonstration that I hope that you'll understand with regard to working memory. Particularly screens. I've talked about this before. I believe college is more difficult for people with ADHD because they're being forced to use screens, as opposed to when I went through school, we had books and paper we would spread out on desks. So I'm going to play a little clip here real quick and let you take a look at it, and then we'll come up and kind of wrap it up. But I'm just trying to illustrate so you get a sense of how working memory can be a real challenge, and how a tip, trick, or strategy really not going to solve that. You really got to go address the core issue. So let me roll the demonstration.
So what I want to illustrate here is that these are two separate documents. This is a research report that Dr. Barkley does on ADHD and life expectancy. And these are some transcribed notes that I had from a lecture. And as you can see, I went through and read this and highlighted what's there. If I wanted to sit and say, I found something on migraine headaches, where I read through and I can find migraine headaches specifically written here, and I have it highlighted here, my eyes can dart back and forth and I can read this particular area where it's related to these two items. So you can see my eyes are just darting back and forth, and I can see a bigger picture. When we come over to the computer and I open up his report, I can search for migraines, which is kind of nice, but I find it here, but I can't annotate it. Then when I pull up a Word document, I can actually search for that. But you'll notice is that if I read something here, I then have to remember, is it a Word document or is it in a browser? And I have some instructions where I come over here and I'm reading. Now I'm trying to remember what I read from the other document. Sounds strange, but this distance for somebody with ADHD who's struggling with working memory, when you read part of this, often you'll forget the two. And this can be a real problem for people with ADHD. If we come back over here, again, our eyes can dart back and forth and we can just change the pages. Now, corporate America has figured this out because also they have like 3 screens and 4 screens up. For some people, sometimes to mitigate this, we can't annotate it as of yet, although we're starting to be able to with Microsoft Surface Computer and the iPencil. But needless to say, while computers look really good because it's easy, often it's very difficult on our working memory because of this toggling that takes place from one tab or one program to another. And it's real important. Often it's a lot easier for people with ADHD to just print.
Welcome back. So the notion, hopefully the demonstration, you understood the difference between your eyes just darting back and forth and or having to read something and hold that instruction as you have all these other instructions to go try to find something and not get distracted in that process. It's a very, very big challenge for people with ADHD. As an aside, I did an interview with Dr. Russell Barkley on Attention Talk Radio. If you look it up, just Google Attention Talk Radio GPS. So we talked about how paper is often high tech for people with ADHD. Anyway, I hope that this video is giving you a little bit of insight. And for those who like to print or those that feel the urge to have multiple screens and stuff, it validates what you're feeling and understand really why it's productive. Hope you found this of interest. Please comment. What do you think? Helpful. And please subscribe to our channel. We release a tip or trick. Actually, we release insights each week to help you move forward. So with that, please subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care.